So if you're on now, good morning, and you should be able to both see and hear me. As you join, please type your name or your child's name. If it's a parent who's joining, type the name in the comments so I'll know who's here with me this morning. And it's 9:45, so I'm going to go ahead and just start talking. And this video will stay posted. So if you have any questions later, if you come back to the video later, you'll be able to post your questions here on the video, and I'll go back and answer those questions. But I just wanted to come on this morning to check in, and I hope all of you are doing well. I was able to see several of you 3 days at school as you were coming by to pick up packets and just have some questions answered about this school closure. It's definitely unprecedented. It's definitely something that's kind of caught all of us off guard, and we're working together, and I really appreciate the support that's been coming from you all, the communication that's been through Dojo. And even as you all came up yesterday, just your patience and everything with us as we were putting together some learning packets, because right now we're out for 2 weeks, but as we continue to listen to the news and everything, it could be longer. We don't know. It's as everyone's saying, it's a very fluid situation. So things are changing daily. But we want learning to continue. And my goal is to help that learning continue in a way that's not stressful or a way that's not a burden at all. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I think this is my first time using this program, but I want to share my screen so that you can see the work that was assigned, and so that we can just talk about that. So let's see if I can make it make sense. So hopefully you all are seeing this screen that has the outline of the day's work. In the packet that you picked up, you should see a sheet that looks like this. It's following the letter that has all of the login information. But I created this sheet just to kind of help you outline the at-home learning for your child based on what was sent. So my homeroom, yours looks a little differently. You will see where it says complete the health sheet. And Dr. Field's homeroom, I know that you all have health assigned by her as the homeroom teacher gives the health. So I'd say as you're starting, health can be something very quick. For my homeroom students, you just read the assigned lesson for today and you complete that lesson on the sheet. I think each sheet has 5 different lessons. So of course you'll do lesson 1 first day, lesson 2 the second day, 3, 4, 4, and so on. On the next bullet, it'll say check RAS for a reading assignment. So RAS is a program that's very similar to EPIC. And we've been using EPIC virtually all year. This will be the students' first time in RAS for me. Some of them may have used it in previous years, as it's an app or program that our school has purchased before. But with RAS, there is, if you look in the packet, on the sheet from Ms. Chenner's, on the very bottom is a yellow piece of paper that's taped there. If you look on the back of that sheet, you'll see your child's, or you'll see if the students are here from talking to you, the students, you'll see your login information. The website is readingatozz.com, and you'll have to put in, for my homeroom, you'll put in Glen 0 as the teacher. And for Dr. Fields' homeroom, you'll put in Fields 20 as the teacher. And then you look for your name and then you type in your password. It does work a lot like EPIC, where you can get points. You go into the reading room. The more you read, the more points you get. I think you can change your character. I think you can do some things with the reading room, decorate. There's just a lot of fun things you can do in addition to the work that I will assign. But I did post an assignment last night. This week we were planning to, or I had planned to move on to Going for a blank. I plan to go to text structures and how an author organizes, how an author organizes the text. And so the one we're looking at today is problem solution. And we know in many fiction books, they start off, the author begins the story, introducing the character, the settings, and then there's some problem that happens. And then as the story continues, there is a solution or a few solutions are presented. And so that's the assignment for today. For those of you who are able to get into RAS, you have a passage to read, and then you're going to do an activity that identifies the problems in the stories, the problems in the story, and then the solutions that are also in the story. If you're having trouble getting into RAS, no worries. You can move on to this part and just read any book that you have at home and then record it on your log. One way to become a better reader is to read. As you're reading while you're out, I would suggest that you keep a log. Keep a log of words you don't know, and then go back and use a dictionary to look those words up. If you have a smartphone, a tablet, desktop computer, laptop computer, anything with internet, you can go to dictionary.com. That's a very child-friendly dictionary that you can use, and it's very easy to navigate. You can use that to look those words up, but also remember to always try to use context clues. Look at the sentences before, the sentences after, and see if you can figure out, ask yourself as you're reading, okay, what makes sense to go here? And that'll help you. But keep a log of words you don't know. You can even record it on the same sheet where you're doing your reading log. And the reading log doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a regular sheet of paper. If the reading journals are home, just do it in the reading journals, today's date, the book that they've read, and that's sufficient. If parents, if you want to take that to the next level, you can always have them write like a summary statement, or you can always ask them a question about the book. What was the main idea of this book? How did the character's action carry the story forward or contribute to the plot? You can ask them, what was the theme of this story? How do you know that was the theme? What text evidence can support that? Or you just have conversation about it. What connections can you make to the character? Any of that. So that's optional to add that piece to the reading log. It's completely up to you, parents. The next thing you'll see here on the list, it says check Seesaw for a social studies assignment. I did not post the social studies assignment for today. Give me a second. I have a parent who says they cannot see the live. Let me see if I can share that differently. If there's anyone on the live, will you comment on the feed so that I'll know you're here? Because I may just be talking to myself all this time. Let's see. Let me try it again. I'm coming. Just give me a second so I can pull up the link. Videos. All right. I'm going to share a new link. I'm going to share a new link. I'm going to share. I'm going to mute my computer just for 1 second. I'm going to give just a minute or two. I shared a new link in class dojo. Let's see if that link works. Share a new link. Yay, I see Datavion's here, or Datavion's mom. All right, so my first link didn't work. Oh man, so I went through like 25 minutes of just talking to myself. That's okay. I'll recap everything. I'm going to give just another minute or two because there were a few other parents who tried to get on, and they the other link I posted didn't work. It was just to my Facebook page, and just for the security, I decided to make all of these videos unlisted, so not just anybody on YouTube can find them. Because sometimes I do hope that I can pull in some students to be on the live with me, but we'll talk about that also. And then of course also, actually, instead of like deleting this video and starting over, I'll just keep going. And if there's time later, you can kind of go back and look at what was said earlier. But basically what I was doing was just kind of going through what was in the envelope, what I sent home, the reading and social studies, talking about the day's outline. So just a minute or two. And then I'm going to keep going. There's one parent messaging me through Dojo, so I know they were trying to get on. All right. Good morning. I'm assuming that's Datavion. Good morning, Datavion. Datavion, Miss Schuler gave me something, and I thought about you as soon as she gave it to me. It was something with Minecraft that someone sent her. I don't know if she got it with the book fair or something, but she said when she got it, she thought about me. And as soon as she gave it to me, I was like, oh, I don't know anything about Minecraft. I said, but I bet Datavion does, so he can walk me through it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and keep talking. And anyone who comes in a little bit later or as this is shared, you should be able to go back and view it. Like you can just kind of skip back to the beginning, skim through, and pull out what you need. And this video will stay up. So any questions that you have about anything that I'm saying, if you'll just post the questions in the comments and we can talk about that. So I'm going to share my screen again. And I want to share. So this is the document I was talking about. In the folders, you should see this document. You should see this document, and this just kind of gives an outline of what you can do each day so that the work doesn't become overwhelming, so that it's not way too much. This one is for Dr. Field's homeroom. The difference between this one and the sheet that I put in my homeroom class, you guys have health. So make sure you do one lesson of health each day, or not make sure, but try to do one lesson of health each day. And that way it doesn't become overwhelming. And you can finish everything. you should be finished with everything on a Friday. And then you can just take a picture of it, upload it to Seesaw. And hopefully you all are able to get in. I saw that some people were able to get in. Hey, I see a Kenrock123. Tell me who you are, Kenrock123, so I'll know who I'm talking to. Um, but with Seesaw, if you're unable to get into Seesaw, please let me know. It's a very easy platform just for submitting work. And we'll also do some creative things there, like some videos, and you'll be able to like write over worksheets. Oh, hey, Kennedy. You'll be able to write over your work, do some voice submission. So everything's just not paper pencil. I did not put in, the third thing was a social studies assignment. I did not create an electronic social studies assignment for today. But if you look through the packet that was sent home, you should see, I'm switching pages. You should see this paper where it says there, it starts with there are 4 major ideas that were reflected in the Declaration of Independence. I think it's copied on the back of a reading sheet. The reading sheet, that part is optional, or it's for those who may not have access to log into RAS. I did post an assignment for RAS, so if you're able to get in, do the problem and solution assignments that's posted there. If you're not able to get in, then you can do the reading sheet that was printed on the and put in the packet. But this is the social studies you can look at for today. Talks about the Declaration of Independence and how the colonies really started to break off from the British government. And so read through the top part of it. Make sure you're paying special attention to the words that I put in bold print. And then answer these questions below. If you're able to answer these 4 questions, then that shows me you have a good understanding of the text above of what's going on. If you have any questions about it, of course you can always post those and I'll address them. So that's social studies for today, or the first day. And then after that, you'll notice on the bottom of these, I tried to put in just some like related arts activities. So this would be art, and Tuesday I did computer lab, Wednesday music, Thursday, Friday, or days 4 and 5 I did PE. And that's just to get a break. Like the CDC, they are recommending social distancing, but they also recommend that we get outside a little bit. So let's see, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So they also recommend that we get out, that we do something fun. So like this morning, I went for a walk just to get out a little bit. So I hope you're able to do the same. For those who are on, do you have any questions about what was in the packet? And I'm looking down just to respond to a parent on Dojo. Let's see, is this on your YouTube page? It's not showing you are live. Any questions? If you don't have any questions, I've shared basically all of the information that I needed to. But you can hang around. Can parents see assignments on Seesaw logged in? Yes, parents, you will be able to see the assignments that are there through the family account. And you also, even when the student logs in and they post on their portfolio, you'll also be able to see that work. You have access to everything between that shared from me to your child, and then also from your child to me. So I guess the right answer would be you can see it through both. You can see their portfolio through both the family account and the student account. Any other questions? No other questions? All right. So I see that there are 4 people on. I know that Datavion is here, and I know that Kennedy's here. I see 5 people on. Who are the other 3? Because this also lets me know who's able to contact this way, so I can see if this is a good method of communication, if this is helpful. Hey, Jahazio, to know if this is good or if I need to find another way. I'm looking for an ink pen, but I can go back later. All right, I see one more question. If you don't have any other questions, you can go ahead and log off, or like I said, you can hang around. Hey, Kennedy's mom. You can go ahead and log off, or you can just hang around. Someone may ask a question that's, that's helpful to you as well. But if you have any questions about the reading, the social studies, the login information, anything, you can just type it in the comments there, and I'll respond to it. Or you can send it to me on Class Dojo. I have my phone here, so I'm kind of communicating through both. I see someone else just joined us. What's up, Datavion? Or Tay? We're going by nicknames since we're out of school. I should come up with a cool teacher nickname. So are there any assignments posted yet? No, I didn't post anything in Seesaw yet. I was going to give that a few days, probably not until Monday, just to give everyone a chance to actually get in. Can I complete assignments through the family account? Yes, you can. If you're having trouble with the student account, you can definitely do your submissions or send your submissions through the family account. That's not a problem at all, because I still get a direct notification, and I'll be able to count it. As a matter of fact, yesterday, Jahazio, she sent her art project, which is really nice, through the family account. Do I recommend the app? I do. I actually have the app loaded on my phone, and that way I get the direct notifications. I'll probably, even when I used Seesaw in the classroom a few years ago, I only used the computer when I was actually creating the assignment for students. But for student use, they always use the iPad app. It's very easy to navigate. It's actually much easier to navigate if you're using a tablet or a phone. The computer might make it a little bit more difficult if you have to do any drawings or anything, or even taking the pictures might be a little bit more difficult. I think I answered those. I'm gonna go back up. So there was this question: can I see the assignments? Yes, we answered that one. Can we complete it through the family account? Yes. Assignments posted yet? No. Recommend the app? Yes. Okay, so I've answered those questions. Any other questions? All right, so I see that we now have 8 people tuned in. If you'll let me know who's here, just type your student's name or your name if you're working. Miss Glen, do we come back to school after spring break? I'm not sure. Right now, the situation, like, we're literally getting an email every day. The last we heard is that we're still just out for the 2 weeks, but they did ask us to prepare an additional 5 days of work. So I don't know, like, just kind of listening to the news and everything on my own, I think we will be out before spring break, but that is not an official word. Right now, the official word is just these 2 weeks, but we're getting emails. Miss Taylor's keeping us updated daily. As she gets information, she's passing it on to us. So right now, it's just the 2 weeks, March 31st. So I see some other people joined us. If you'll type your names. Is Essie ready? Still have. So that's another good question. Hey, Julian. So Essie ready. I don't know. The Molly Spearman, the superintendent for South Carolina, she did submit a waiver to have the testing suspended for this year, but that's another one of those things that's kind of up in the air, kind of ongoing right now. There's not been an official word yet. My opinion, I think it will be suspended only because there have been several other states that have already suspended theirs. So I think our waiver will be granted. But the official word, there has not been an official word. The only thing we know is that Ms. Spearman, she has put in the waiver. You can put Juju. Juju is fine. That's what I'll start calling him. Okay. Any other questions? And thank you all for joining this. I am going to try to come on each day, or not try. I am going to commit to coming on each day. What's a good time? I'm not sure the situation with parents, for the parents who are on. Is it better for me to come do a live, like kind of these information sessions in the morning, or would it be better to do it, later at night? Because I do know, in talking with some of you over the past few weeks, as you've been, not few weeks, over the past few days, as you've been coming to pick up the packets, many of you are still working. Your jobs haven't sent you to work from home. So I want to make sure that you're given the opportunity to be a part of this, so we're all on the same page. So would it be better to do these videos in the morning or in the evenings, or both? Hey, Jameson's mom, I just got your message. Both. Okay. If you don't want to post your questions here, you can send me a message on Dojo. I have my phone, so that's why you see me looking down. I'm going back and forth. And like I said, anyone who's on, if you don't have any other questions, you're free to log off. But I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes just to answer any other questions that may come up. And the video will come up. I'll keep it on my YouTube page so that you'll have access to it later, or if there are any parents who may be watching the replay, so that they have an opportunity to do that. It doesn't matter with me when it comes to timing. I will make sure he's watching if I'm okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other questions? When will the assignments be posted in Seesaw? I'll start with this Seesaw assignments Monday. And that way everyone has an opportunity to go ahead and log in. And if there's any trouble with logins, we can try to troubleshoot those so that everybody's in, or as many people as possible are in by Monday. For those who are on, have you logged into RAS? Have you all been able to get into reading A to Z? Yes. Okay, perfect. And if there's any trouble, I did post an assignment in RAS, but if there's any trouble, like no worries, we'll just use today and tomorrow to try to work through all the kinks. And that way we can kind of really hit the ground Monday going forward. But even as I said in my letter, I don't want this at-home learning, this distance learning to be stressful or a burden at all. On the letter, I put that I'll be available from 10 to 6 each day. I'll move that time up to 9:30. I haven't tried to log in yet. Okay. I'll move that time up to 9:30. Per the district, they want all teachers to be available between 9:30 and 11:30. And then we take a lunch break, and then 1:30 until 3. But my phone is like attached to my hand, so I'll respond. I don't have a problem responding to your text, your calls, your emails, your dojos through 6 o'clock each day. After 6, I'll respond the next day after 9:30 in the morning. And I just wanted to extend it again for those parents who are working, who aren't working at home, so that you have time to still communicate and have any questions answered as needed. All right, so I don't see any other questions coming in. So I appreciate all of you who joined. Another app that I do want to try using is Zoom. And with Zoom, that will allow me to actually get video from you all. Miss Glen, this is Tavion. Can I subscribe to your channel? I sure can, and I will. If you subscribe to mine, then I'll see your channel name, and I will subscribe to your channel. Do they have assignments on the apps like RAS? I did post an assignment on RAS today. I'm going to be very lenient when it comes to grading and everything, because I understand that access is different for different families. So I did post an assignment on RAS. If you're able to get in and complete that, go ahead and work through it. This is a new app for the students this year. So if you have questions, let me know. If it's just like way too confusing, give me a call. We'll try to work through it. But if we need alternative assignments, that's no problem. But I did post an assignment in RAS for today. Okay. All right. So I'm going to log off. I'll have my phone and my computers up. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to message me on Dojo, email. You can text the number that I put on that letter, and I'm available to support you. I'm here to support you. So you guys take care and be safe.